Okay. Welcome, everyone. I would like to call the meeting to order.
Hey, just give me a minute.
Okay. There you go. Okay.
Okay. Yep, we're live.
We're good. Okay. Can I get a mover and a seconder to open the meeting, please? Gordon and Elizabeth, it's been moved and seconded that November 6, 2025 regular meeting of the Lakehead Rural Planning Board be opened. The time being 5:32 p.m. All those in favor? Thank you. Can I get a mover and a seconder for the agenda, please? David and Axel. It's been moved and seconded that the November 6, 2025 regular meeting agenda of the Lakehead Rural Planning Board be approved. All those in favor? Thank you. Agenda is approved. And do we have any declarations of pecuniary interest? Seeing none. First thing on our agenda, I'm going to move over to that screen, is no deputations this evening. We have a couple of bylaws, so I will let Carrie explain the first one.
Okay, thank you. Before we start, if I can just, whoever's logged on as iPhone 2, can you please let us know who you are so we can have you on the attendance list? Okay, I'll try again after. So our first bylaw this evening is an application that was originally presented in September of this year for Yves Saint Germain. This is in Gorham Township. It's for the creation of a new lot where two houses on a property already exist. We had deferred this application until such time as legal access could be confirmed. And in your package, you did get a letter from the MTO and the MNR, both stating that the location of the access point that will access this property is okay and has been confirmed. So tonight we're just looking at that long resolution where we have the typical conditions for a new lot with the addition of one condition in this case where I have typed that the Secretary Treasurer receives a letter of confirmation from the Gorham Roads Board that the new entrance for the retained lot has been constructed. You're muted, Bernie.
I was. Thank you. Any questions on this resolution? Seeing none, seems pretty straightforward. Can I get a mover and a seconder for this application? Gordon and Elizabeth, it's been moved and seconded that the application 1B/10/25 Yves Saint Germain for the property described as Gorham Concession 6, part of South Half Northwest Quarter Lot 18 PCL 13742 Gorham Township, Geographic District of Thunder Bay, for a new lot as set forth in the application be approved. Anything else on this resolution? Seeing nothing, I will call the question. All those in favor? Thank you. That one is approved. Okay. Next one. Bylaw to adopt the official plan for Gorham Ware and Dawson Lord lots.
Yes, so as everyone's aware, we had the public meeting on October 2nd at the Gorham Ware Public School. Just gonna pull up. So we did receive an addendum to the planning memo from our consultants. That was also in your package, essentially saying that all of the statutory public meeting requirements have been met. And so we're at the point now where the packages are all prepared to go to the MMAH for review and approval. We, as the board, just have to adopt the official plan and zoning bylaw as they have been presented.
Okay.
So,
okay, I will, let's move in second to get on the floor for discussion. So can I get a mover and a seconder for the adoption of the bylaw for the new official plan. Gordon and Axel. Okay, yeah, any discussion or questions or comments on this resolution?
I talked to a couple, I missed the meeting, obviously, but I got talking to a couple of the individuals by phone afterwards, and they both expressed concern about the means of public notification. So I don't know what those means were. I realized that the statutory requirements were filled, but I'm not sure exactly what those were. So I don't, maybe Carrie can fill me in on that. What means were the, by what means were the public meetings advertised?
So all of our public meetings were posted in the Chronicle Journal. They were sent to all agencies by email. They were posted on various Facebook pages and different groups out in Gorham and Ware, like the Lappy Lantern, I believe it's called. And there's Krista, it's a Camlander. So we posted it everywhere that we could. We just can't do a mail out to every resident out there.
So there's, okay, that's good. Thanks.
Yeah, and that was identified as a concern by numerous people at the public meeting.
And yet there it is.
And I mean, ultimately, I will point out the obvious fact that there was 188 people in attendance at the public meeting. So we must have gotten some information out there.
Yeah.
I mean, in my experience being on a council and spending lots of time doing public meetings, we've never had anywhere near to that kind of attendance at any public meeting I've ever held in either Oliver Papoons or the city of Thunder Bay. So
yeah.
It was really well attended, and I still recognize the fact that there were some people that obviously found out about it last minute. They found out about it through means that were not official means. But like was said earlier, we did follow all the statutory requirements, and I mean, that's really, we can't really go much beyond statutory requirements because that's not. Yeah. I mean, there's a reason they're a statutory requirement. That's a minimum we're supposed to follow. So,
yeah, I kind of suspected that just from looking at the turnout.
Yeah, yeah.
Well attended, and it's apparent from the comments that a lot of people never bothered reading any of it, of the material. Like they comments that had absolutely nothing to do with the official plan. This whole business of the areas getting municipal organization. I don't know where that came from. Like there was nothing in the plan about that. So I don't know what they were reading, but some of them are just in left field.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that there were people there that were expecting a different type of meeting than what they got. And there was a lot of legitimate concerns, I think, through all the documentation that we received for this meeting, which I'm sure all of you have looked through. All the questions have been answered. I would have a couple questions for Krista or for Carrie. Since the public meeting, because there was identified people weren't able to access the official plan and zoning bylaw. How many have been picked up from the office?
One.
There was one. Okay, so I mean, and how many comments have we received from the public after the public meeting occurred from the public as far as the issues that we're discussing?
Maybe two.
Okay.
We did have three people call us, well, call me specifically, which I did. I think I passed along to you, just apologizing and wanting to make it clear that they don't, like, some of those voices don't represent all of the voices and that type of stuff. But there was only maybe two comments that came in that were recorded onto that comment matrix that will go to the government.
Yeah, and I think it was fair to say there were some passionate people at that meeting, but not everybody had the same opinion. So
no.
But yeah, I just wanted to point that out because a very large concern amongst a lot of people at the meeting was, we haven't had notice, we haven't had enough time to look through this, we want to have time, this entire process needs to be delayed. And I mean, we had an open discussion and we gave as much opportunity for everyone there to say what they wanted to say, and no one was cut off by anything. Like we went as late as we needed to go. But if we had had a large number of people come in and pick up either documentation or contact us with questions or comments between then and now, it's been over a month, I would have certainly not been in favor of moving forward with adopting these bylaws this evening. But the reality is, it seems like we either answered the questions because people haven't been commenting or coming to get more information. So I'm comfortable with moving forward with the bylaws. I'm not sure what the rest of the board feels, but that's why we're at this evening. So I just thought I'd clear the air a little bit with that. So go ahead, Gordon.
They had an opportunity at the meeting in June as well, right? There's the open house in June where they had the chance to review some of this stuff and make comments and discuss it as well. So
Yeah.
and there wasn't near the turnout then either.
No. You have a comment, Gordon?
Yeah, one of the things I thought was interesting is that some of the people wanted to live in an unorganized, they wanted to be off the grid. And then they were complaining that we never told them about the meeting. How can you live off the grid and then still be connected?
Mhm.
The other point that I thought was very interesting is that a number of them didn't realize there was already an official plan and a zoning bylaw in effect in their community. And so they were opposing the fact that we were putting one upon them. And well, one, we're not doing that. We're just the agency. But two, you already have one. We're just a new one. So there were a lot of people that just misinformation. They didn't educate themselves before they came to the meeting. So.
Go ahead, David.
Well, I think there's a concern that what would happen if we were to enforce these bylaws, and quite frankly, I don't know how we would enforce them. We have bylaws, but if somebody's not adhering to the bylaws, what happens? I know at least one individual at that meeting, and the reason he's so upset is because he is in contravention of the bylaws. He's building on wetlands. And the truth of the matter is I don't know how he's impacted. I don't know how we'd enforce it in the first place.
I mean, wetlands are definitely enforced under the ministry, not us. That's a
Yeah.
different kind of example, but whether they would ever do anything,
Well, they've been told and they haven't bothered to go out and look. So
right? So
No, it's certainly a case once again of the province enforcing a framework, in this case, a official plan and zoning bylaw, which is designed for organized municipalities. And obviously, I mean, we all know that it doesn't really fit when there's no enforcement mechanism, and it's like it doesn't work for the unincorporated areas, but this is what the province is forcing us to do. So, but yeah, I think it's unfortunate. A lot of people that were at that meeting, certainly fair to say that they were there, they were misled by social media posts as to what was going on and what was happening at the meeting, and they had to show up and fight us, I guess. But I don't know. Unfortunately, it wasn't quite as exciting, I'm sure, as some people thought it was going to be, but it was a good turnout though. So any other comments? Questions? Okay, I will call the question then. It has been moved and seconded that Lakehead Rural Planning Board authorizes the passing of bylaw 001/2025, being a bylaw to adopt the official plan for the geographic townships of Gorham, Ware, and Dawson Road lots 1 to 20. All those in favor? Thank you. That is hereby approved. Move on to the next one, which is the bylaw for the zoning bylaw. I'm going to move her in a second for this one, please. David and Elizabeth. It's been moved and seconded that the Lakehead Rural Planning Board authorizes the passing of bylaw 002/2025, being a bylaw to repeal and replace the zoning bylaw for the geographic townships of Gorham, Ware, and Dawson Road lots 1 to 20, bylaw number 002/2014 as amended. Any other comments or questions? I mean, it's the exact same questions and comments as the official plan. Seeing none, I will call the question. All those in favor? Thank you, everyone. It's been a long process, but it's not over yet because it's still got to go to the province and hopefully they approve it. So
We
other
were,
than
David Wellwood and I were at the planning workshop last week.
Yeah.
And we did talk to Jamie Kerchuk about the process and within the year,
Oh,
hopefully by this time next year, we'll be moving.
yeah. So, but ultimately for people, and I think I just want to point out for anyone who's watching this, because this meeting will be posted, yeah, nothing ultimately is going to change in any material way for day-to-day people living in those geographic townships. So it
Other
will
than that,
change.
other than severances. will
Other
be
than
allowed.
severances, which we have the power to grant, and yeah, and there will be some allowed as, which is what's needed by quite a few of the people also outlined that as a concern at the meeting. So, all right, moving on to the next agenda item, we have minutes from 2 meetings. So, can I get a mover and a seconder for the September 4th minutes? Elizabeth and David, it's been moved and seconded that the Lakehead Planning Board approves the minutes of September 4th, 2025 public meeting as presented. Is there any questions or comments or concerns with these minutes? Seeing none, all those in favor of adopting these minutes? Thank you. The next minutes are the ones of the actual public meeting. Can I get a mover and a seconder for those, please? David and Gordon, it's been moved and seconded that the Lakehead Planning Board approves the regular meeting minutes. Oh, pardon me, these are regular meeting minutes from September. Approves the regular meeting minutes of the September 4th, 2025 regular meeting as presented.
Isn't it October?
No, we actually we had 2 in September. We had the public and the regular meeting.
Okay.
So, my bad. I'm guessing the mover and seconder is still fine with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so the regular meeting minutes, any questions or concerns? Seeing none, all those in favor? Thank you. Now we move on to the October meeting. Can I get a mover and a seconder for these minutes? David and Axel. It's been moved and seconded that the Lakehead Planning Board approves the minutes of the October 2nd, 2025 statutory public meeting as presented. And thank you for doing such a great job on the minutes, Carrie.
That was all Krista.
Oh, thank you, Krista. I will note you misspelled my name several times in there.
No, it's impossible. I don't ever make mistakes.
Just, it's okay. I mean, it was not everywhere, so, but it was misspelled in a few different places. I think people still get the idea of who it was, so.
We'll fix it.
I'll go through it and fix it.
Yeah, thank you.
you.
Any other questions or comments on the public meeting or the statutory meeting minutes?
Only one question. How many of those people have email addresses?
Like
question.
70.
Most of them.
You know, all the list of people who attended the meeting, they
Mhm.
all had email addresses?
Most.
of them. There was probably maybe 10 people out of 189 that didn't.
So for all their complaining, they do have an online presence. Okay, just asking.
Okay. And I think did we have, when they signed their email, did we have it on there that they were signing up to receive updates and such from us?
It was so that we could notify them of things in the future. So, I mean,
So
they'll be notified that this has been adopted.
good. Okay, no, and that's in the spirit of being as open and accommodating as we can. I think that's, I mean, certainly.
It'll be on our website as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. I will call the question on the meeting minutes from October 2nd. All those in favor? Thank you. Okay. Do we have any matters arising from the minutes? No. Reports, financial statements as of October 2025. Any want to explain anything on there, Carrie, or everyone's had a chance to look at them?
No, I think everything's fairly normal. The only thing is that I suspect once we get the October bills from JL Richards, we're going to have to do resolution to transfer some money from the high interest account to our checking account to cover it, so.
We'll deal with that when we need to. Any questions or comments on the financial statements?
We may need to do another transfer. Sorry for just jumping in rather
That's fine.
than raising my hand. We may need to do another transfer when I do the invoicing for the Oliver Papoonge contract. I noticed I have managed to forget about it until now. For the 30,000.
That may require some money movement. Okay, thank you for that.
I'm hoping that we'll
there's-
get the government grant before then.
So, yeah, there's no bylaw associated with that. So do we have any correspondence on the next agenda item?
No.
Correspondence. We do have a item of new business, which comes up every year, which is the memorandum of understanding for mapping services. So you want to give us a little bit of background on that, maybe Carrie, brief, just to let us know what's going on.
Yeah, so the LRCA does our mapping for us. They've done a lot of work this past couple years with the official plan project. So every year we just have to sign this memorandum of understanding to ensure that we want to continue with that service. So that's what this is this year.
Thank you. Any questions or comments on this? Seeing none, we do have a resolution, so I will ask for a mover and a seconder. Gordon and Elizabeth, it's been moved and seconded that the board authorizes chair and secretary treasurer to execute the memorandum of understanding regarding mapping services from the Lakehead Region Conservation Authority for the 2026 year. And I will note that that is just executing the mapping services, not the Conservation Authority, because the province is working on doing that. So I guess we'll see where we're at next year. It might be the Conservation Authority for the north half of Ontario or something. Okay, assuming nothing else to discuss on this item, all those in favor? Thank you. That is passed. Anything else, Carrie?
Yes, this very well may be the last meeting of the year for the board.
Okay.
So I just want to remind everyone to get your mileage forms in, if you have them, as we do have to prepare all of the honorarium checks for December.
Okay, thank you, and thank you for adding that to our meeting package. The mileage form is in there.
Yes.
And is there anything else from anyone else that's attending this meeting that needs to bring anything up? Okay, if it is the end of the last meeting of the year, I'd like to, this first time I'm doing this year, I'd like to wish everyone a happy holidays and Merry Christmas and great New Year. It seems too early because there's no snow on the ground yet, but yeah, certainly I guess it's coming fast because it certainly feels like it's chilly out there today. So
Well, it's snowing here, so
yeah, we had a little skiff in my place here right now. I know you guys up north, you're probably getting ready to go skiing already, but
no.
no, not too early for that.
Yeah.
Okay, final resolution is for the adjournment of the meeting. Can I get a mover and a seconder, please? Gordon and Elizabeth, it's been moved and seconded that the November 6th regular meeting is adjourned, the time being 5:55 p.m. All those in favor? Thank you, and yeah, have a great fall and winter, and I guess maybe I guess we won't be, yeah, it's going to take a while to get this official plan done, so there's no way we're going to be doing consents in like unorganized areas first thing in the year.
Oh.
Yeah, that'll be a while, so okay.
Great.
Thank you, everyone, and we
Good
will see
night, all.
you soon. Yeah.
See you next year.
All right. Take care.
Right.
There could be a meeting still.
There could be a meeting, to be fair, so watch your email.
Yeah.
I'll see you when I see you.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey.
Bye.